We launched GoLine, the world's first telematics solution for a search platform. We're using telematics to determine the actual location of certain assets to where the searcher is looking for machines. We've been interested in telematics now for a couple of years, and we've been working with a company called the Fleet Office. We've been working with them to see how we could potentially use telematics data to, I guess, make the lives of our searcher audience a bit faster and quicker. They introduced us to C-Civil, and they've been using telematics for completely different reasons. They're using it for making more efficient construction sites, safer construction sites, and they're really, I guess, leading the way that telematics is used from the construction, the contractor's perspective. So we caught up with the guys from Fleet Office and had a bit of a chat to them about exactly what they're using it for in their business. We're here today with the guys from C-Civil and firstly Jim Lee from the Fleet Office. Jim has been working with the guys at C-Civil. This is Mark, Fraser, and Dean. They're one of the I guess the senior managers in the business across operations, safety, and general management. We wanted to just have a quick discussion today about your use of telematics, and I guess we've heard through our relationship with Jim that you guys have been quite progressive with your use of telematics, and it's been working really well for you. If you were to summarise, I guess, the three most important things that telematics has done for C-Civil, what would you say they were?
Look, I think firstly is through monitoring utilisation. We've improved the utilisation of our fleet across the board. Being able to monitor the idle reports and be able to act on those has been a major benefit. Secondly is daily cost tracking, so automated production of hours into our costing system at the end of every day through monitoring the equipment. And I guess thirdly is further to what Dean said, just the safety aspects and components, the utilisation of the system to monitor the position and speed of our equipment during any incidents or I suppose community complaints has been a major benefit to the organisation.
We've also been able to use the system to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
We've had members of the community accusing drivers of doing this speed through this area. Yeah. And within a very short space of time, we put a different front onto the community. Okay, we'll sort that out, we'll go and investigate that. Yeah. But in a short space of time, we can get the answer back so that we don't go and point the finger at the driver.
Yeah, right. So all those people that ring up C-Civil and say, "Oh, you just cracked my window and I need a new window, your truck," and then you can say,
"So
my truck was nowhere near you."
So they're the positives.
We built a system within a system for Dean when he had this problem of people going, "Oh, there's one of your trucks, or there's one of your cars. What was the rego? I don't know. What's the guy look like? I don't know. It's definitely one of your cars, though." We built something called Spot Search, which traditionally telematics, you look at where an asset is. In this case, we looked at a space and did a query of what was in there at that time. So he goes, "It's roughly 12 o'clock. Spot Search goes, 12 o'clock, bang, who was there? And it shows you up who was at that intersection at that time. And every day, every single day, we still get calls, and we don't leave any customer hanging. It's a continued relationship. We get calls every single day, mainly Peter down south, and he's got a query. Hey, what was the speed here? What was going on here? Can you tell how far these trucks were on this bridge? Because sometimes they shouldn't be on the bridge at the same time or whatever. And a lot of the time, quite right, they're false, or maybe someone a little bit overexcited in the community about something when they're not speeding, they're not doing anything wrong.
Well, I had a sales guy that got busted having a sleep at McDonald's in the iSeekplant ute. That would have been perfect for that.
Because the truck drivers know that the system is in their cab, that system in itself modifies their behaviour. So,
Jim, the project that we're working on between the Fleet Office and iSeekplant, how do you think it is most beneficial to people with rental equipment?
Well, for a long time, I've sat on both sides of the table as hiring equipment, trying to find equipment for my customers, and also working with the hirers themselves to try and find work. The frustration has always been that whenever you're searching for a piece of equipment, you're finding the office or the depot, and the equipment is very rarely located in the depot. It can be all over Australia. Therefore, if we could find a way to tell members of the public who are searching for plant that a piece of equipment they're looking for is nearby, and point them to that company, whether they're based in Cairns, Melbourne or Sydney, point them to the right company that has the equipment or the asset nearby, we can just save a lot of time, energy, and money, bring our freight costs down. You know, save the environment by driving less kilometres with a 40-ton digger on the back.
Less trucks on the road.
Move it around less, and overall get the best utilisation of equipment that may or may not be getting used at that time.
So, Jim, you've had the pleasure of working with a lot of rental equipment companies and on-road equipment companies and even civil contractors. You've mentioned to me in the past that you particularly like working with C-Civil. What makes them so exciting for someone like you, who's, you know, I guess in the technology revolution age of civil construction? Why do you like working with these guys so much?
I think it's their outlook on where they want to be. They're really innovative in their approach and very open in their vision about what they want to be and what they want to do. And they understand that things can't stand still. To stay on top, to even compete in the future, you have to innovate. And these guys do that very well, and they've been very open with me. I've been a part of their team, you know, from the day they asked me to come on board. I've been kept in board meetings and in conversations and worked really closely with them. And there's never really been a no. There's never been a shut door. It's been okay, let's try this. And some of the things we've tried haven't worked out ideally. Most of them have, and we've come up with some really good products as you've heard about today. So if I was to put it down to anything, I'd say, you know, it's their ability to see that change needs to happen.
Yep. Well, and I guess from the guys from C-Civil, I mean, we wanted to partner with Jim because he's really well. Firstly, there's a lot of big companies out there that are trying to do telematics and telematic solutions in the civil industry. We wanted to work with Jim because he's really fast and progressive, and any ideas that we come up with, he can actually put them into action very, very quickly, which the other bigger companies just couldn't do. Why? I mean, considering that there are a lot of big companies out there trying to access the civil telematics space, why did you guys choose to work with Jim?
I definitely I chose Jim because of the you're dealing direct with one of the directors of the company. You're not just dealing with someone on the other end of the phone. I guess so when you want to change something or modify, Jim's always more than available, and just a rapid type response to any issues we have, and professionalism, basically across the board. So, for me,